totally spot on.
Alright, well, let's see if it pans out that way as Kinetik faces Gankstars Sirius in Game 1 of our third place matchup. Let's pass it on over to Forecourt Jester and Tasty.
We're coming down to the last sets of points for the week here, Bacon, but with third place, there's still points on the line. Gankstars have a pretty good draft. That's what our analysts are saying.
Yeah, and, well, I'm kind of tempted to agree with them, as it is a very, very strong pair of carries with one of my favorite roamers. So I do think that just composition-wise alone, Gankstars has a slight edge on the draft. I don't want to think it's a major edge, though, because Kinetik has a pretty solid draft as well.
Yeah, Mixie is going to be in the lane here with that Adagio, and Pawn the original is going to be on this Black Feather. Black Feather versus Samuel, it has done some really good results for really both sides, but Pawn has just been a terror in the jungle, but now he's up against Status Baked on this Kestrel, and he has really won some games with it.
Yeah, I mean, they are going to be looking for early damage with the Kestrel, and then, of course, the late-game scaling of the Samuel on Old School. So that's one of the reasons I really like this composition, is that you do have that mix of early and late game, and then Finn, of course, fairly strong in the early game with the burst, falls off a little bit in the mid game, but then late game, very strong with all of the forced cores that can come out. So I really like the balancing on the composition that Gankstars picked up.
Old School was looking for something here on top of Cole, but he's just going to become enamored with the rest of Kinetik. Cole's actually going to hit the boots and get some poke there on top of Wrecked. It was a good idea from Old School to go into the backs as soon as they saw that invade, but they didn't really get much out of it. Wrecked was able to get the tree on one side. The farm on the left is all still untouched for Kinetik as well. Cole is trying to set up kills, but unfortunately those solos show not really worked out. He will survive. Pawn, are you a bit too deep at this point?
Well, it's going to be answered here in just a moment. It looks like Pawn is going to be able to get out of here, so the answer is no, he was not too deep.
Just kind of using the barrier there and keeping Status Baked from guessing which way he was going. Rex, not level 8, doesn't have that stun. We don't have those boots off cooldown from Status either. So, okay. Going to be able to skedaddle off to his side of the fold, pick up some of that farm that's been accruing, and we are going to stay at 1-0 for Kinetik.
One solitary kill going over here in the first 3 minutes of the game. See if anything else is going to happen as Status Baked roaming down to the shop just as members of Kinetik go up to the lane. See if they make any kind of Mixie and hit up pretty heavily.
Yeah, Old School has been bullying around Adagio pretty well. Pawn and Cole just getting a lot of poke damage there on top of Wrecked, but with no Mixie to follow up, not going to be a kill there yet. You can see Status has actually already made his way over off to the left in this jungle. Will he be staying around? It's going to be a little bit for the pops. They could be playing a patient game.
Yeah, well, for now, they're going to be looking again to try and jump in. Wrecked very low, but here comes Status Baked on the backside.
And the flank is good. That's going to be at least one. They're looking for Cole, and I just don't see him getting out of it. Old School is going to hopefully get that last hit, and he will. But Pawn has taken down Wrecked finally. That makes it now 2-2 overall.
2 kills apiece, but will there be an advantage gained off of this at all? Looks like Status Baked wants to try and get into the Kinetik jungle. He's going to do so successfully. Now it's a matter of if he gets anything, steals away the tree, and gets some good damage on the pawn, and that's going to allow him to then take the backs as well.
Yeah, easy sauce right there. Gets that, has a treant here as well, but Old School is going to be the one to take it, and he's going to use the cash now. Come on down to the shop, and we're going to be looking at Crystal Samuel, Status Baked, of course, with the weapon. Same with Pawn, as he is still going to be looking for that Serpent's Mask sometime down the line, and Mixie is that Crystal.
Yeah, they are just going to be keeping the weapon types split. However, a skirmish going to be happening here. Already 1 kill going over to Gankstars and clearing out those backs as well. So the gold is starting to trend in favor of Sirius, and now they're going to look for more in the lane.
Yeah, but Cole has a little bit more of the interference now covered. Mixie can heal him if he really needs to. Don't have a combat role yet, but it will be sometime here down the line. Pawn is actually not going to be prioritizing defense, or offense, sorry. He's not going to go for the Serpent's Mask first. It will be that Shiver, and he has it now.
Yeah, well, the Shiver Steel coming through from Pawn. First item, we've seen a couple different variants on the Black Feather build, but this is definitely one of the more popular ones that we have been seeing. It's allowing them to get that little bit of extra crowd control. Slowing up opponents is always it's something that a lot of people are looking to do when on the fold. Right now, Cold Meek very low. He's going to get aggressed on. He should be going down.
Yeah, it's just a really nice setup there from Gankstars to deny the rotation there. Old School is just going to be able to push up lane, no problem. Mixie's already down low. He goes one step too far, drifting dark, and Malice and Verdicts could actually put him down once more. Rekt is just sort of the protector of the jungle at this point. Old School's the one to get jumped on, does not have level 6. There's that drifting dark. He is going to be getting quite a few shots there on top of Mixie, but Pawn does get the kill, and not before he can actually get hit by that turret. So that was some phenomenal timing out of him. There's no way Rekt can get this kill.
Yeah, absolutely great job. There's the timing. Pawn the original is now going to be falling most likely if Status Bait can finish this one off. One more shot will secure it. Mixie is going to get out of there alive, but that is going to be the only member left in the lane to do so. However, right now, Cold Meek, he takes away those hits. Mixie, I guess he's not going to get out of there alive.
No, just a little bit.
Like, he had the opportunity to recall.
Kinetik has really been going aggressive this game. I've noticed, Pawn continuously just trying to invade health or no. Mixie staying around too long. Pawn thinking he can get a kill every now and then, but just gets ganged up on. It's very much, too much aggression. It's just too much to deal with, and Kinetik are not making the plays.
I mean, he started recalling. He was in the process of recalling in that brush, and then just decided, let me try and get greedy, go for a kill, and gave it up instead. That is not, or go for farm, I should say. He wasn't going for a kill there in that situation, but I guess the kill on the minions, you could say.
Does not count, and you know it. Still, I mean, during all this Status Baked, he has been patrolling the jungle. Cole did take their own backs, so they didn't actually give that up over to Gankstars. That's why Cole has a few last hits under his own belt. But we also got that invade coming through. Still, I mean, Kinetik, they got their timers now rolling. They know exactly when their backs are coming up, so they are going to be holding on to them for now. Nobody really in the lane for the defense. With that strafe, we're good. The Drifting Dark and Old School able to take home the turret, but we're engaging here. Kinetik is just gonna get slapped up. Mixie is off to the side. Status Baked will actually drop. Cold Meek has been taking so many of the hits here from Old School, but he's still alive. Rekt now could still drop, and Pawn and Mixie are just not going to be able to defeat Old School yet, but he's sort of low on energy now, and we're coming back in. Juggle the health, guys. It's good. 3-on-1. Old School is not a god.
Yeah, well, at least not in that instance. One shot, one kill somehow doesn't find a kill.
Yeah, I know, right?
What?
The timing. Pawn has dealt with these timings on the turret very well.
Oh, man.
I will give him that.
Another, half a second, and that turret was firing on him for a kill. But great job by the side of Kinetik in that fight. The aggressiveness that we were just talking about actually ends up paying off here. They also then backed off at the right time. Old School was the one who then got a bit greedy, stepping forward, trying to get one or more of those kills, and again, juggling who was taking those Malice and Verdict shots ends up paying off in spades. They find a couple of kills to get this game back to at least close to even as far as the kills are concerned. They're still down by 2,000 gold, because they weren't able to get any jungle camps or anything off of that, but Gankstars, they're looking for a fight. Nice hook on Mixie.
Yeah, and they're going to be bringing him low, but we don't have anything to follow up. A Githian wall, and now the fountain. Mixie's going to be A-okay. Rather surprised he's not going to be trying to throw out that verse, but it looks like he will just be the one to fall.
I was about to say, you sure he's going to be A-okay? Where he was walking, but it is going to be one kill going over.
I expected more from Kinetik. I expected them to kind of rally around that one. Why else would they use the fountain?
I don't know. Either way, that is now going to be the turret starting to get focused. But Status Bait draws the turret aggro, draws in top the original, and he is going to get taken out. Maybe a bit of bait there by Status Big. They turn their attention back to this turret again.
There was also a scout trap under his feet as well. Mikshi's going to be coming back out and just saying, what happened to my lane? The turret is done, and he gets slept up. Cole has been taking the hits, and now Old School is just looking for a little bit more. He has that Drifting Dark, the Malice and Verdict's doing work, and now coming down, swooping the jungle. 8 and 5 with 4,000 gold up. Gankstars are really in control of this one.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I mean, they're definitely in control of the pacing, and they're definitely the ones that are looking for fights more often than not, but it still can swing either way, as we saw not too long ago, but it just feels like Gankstars have the ability to disengage from a fight once they start it, or force Kinetik back into a fight that they don't necessarily actually want, but it makes it feel like they do, and then all of a sudden Gankstars just turn it around.
Alright, so 8 and 5, we've kind of reset the stakes a little bit. Still don't actually have the offensive. We have 0 life still there for Pawn, so not actually going to be in service pass anytime soon. And, well, Mikshi is just getting picked on. 4 deaths now as he's gone up and down, but Pawn has done his work with Call. The Kestrel is down and out. Old School is still here. Rekt trying to just keep Pawn at bay. Old School just needs to get that last little hit in to get the in-wall. Will keep Old School from getting that last hit. Cole is now actually real low as well, and Kinetik has split, but they're both going the same way. Gankstars have the health, but do they have the gap closers?
Well, Old School, with that little bit of extra movement speed you get from the Malice and Verdict, is going to catch up to Cole the Meek. I don't know about Pawn the Original. I don't think he's going to be able to be caught here, as Rekt is way too slow for that one, but good job to split up and prevent the ace coming through. However, it's still another fight going the way of Gankstars.
Status Big might want to invest in a little bit of armor, because that's exactly what Pawn is doing now. He is just totally fine with a Shiver Steel. That's all he needs, Bacon. That's all he needs, man.
Well, I don't know how long the poll was allowed to run this time, but if it was running partially through this game, I wonder if that had any influence on it, because 85% of the viewers feel that Gankstars Sirius is going to be taking 3rd place this week.
So we had the closest sort of, gamble, the closest voting that we've seen from the viewers at 52-48. They got it right, Cloud9 won, but 85% I think is the highest we've seen as a confidence vote into anybody this weekend.
Yeah, this weekend for sure. I believe there was one that was at up to 92 at one point last week. Maybe mistaken on that one, but I think there was. However, definitely a overwhelming majority thinking that Gankstars are going to take this.
Well, so far they are up, 10 kills in here in game number 1. The first is good, but Mikshi just kind of tickling Gankstars at this point. Old School running around. He is trying desperately not to drop, but Cole the Meek, he's got to be very careful. He is down low. We got a lot of splash damage available between Rekt and Old School, but Mikshi does get separated from the pack, and he is going to get cold. But Cole the Meek on the other side, he and Bond, we've seen this situation before.
And they're going to do essentially the exact same thing, but now there's someone a little bit faster than Finn joining in the chase on Pawn the Original. He should still be able to get to his turret. He has lots of slows. Cole the Meek also dodging around, avoiding Status Big. Going to be joining the fray, though. This is at least going to pull them off of Pawn temporarily. Let's see what the result will be. Already Mikshi has respawned. Cole the Meek still somehow alive through all of this.
Yeah, the block was really big right there. Pawn is good. Oh no! Just kidding.
Well,
yeah,
Pawn's still good.
Cole's gonna go home the long way there. 20 seconds. Mikshi already down low as well. And with this minion wave pushing in, there's nobody here at the front door. So Gankstars are just looking to kick it down.
Yeah, they're definitely going to get some serious damage on it. However, Pawn coming back full health. They are going to back off, try and kite this one out.
The Old School just refuses to die. That's going to be it for Mikshi. He's done. We got 4 seconds. That's an ace. We could not do it. I have to wonder why 2v3. You think it's a good idea.
Well, when you saw how low the health was of Gankstars, it didn't look like a bad idea at first, but like you said, Old School just refusing to go down. It can be very, very difficult to take down a 3-item Samuel, especially when you've got a Finn there with him, and it's just again, Gankstars finding advantages and taking advantage of mistakes made by Kinetik.
Old School's an absolute monster right now. He does have that 3-item spike. We're looking for the third here from Status, but he does also hold majority of the kills. 9, 2, and 2. He has 2,000 gold. That's going to be the monocle. And he is ready to rumble. 15 minutes in. Kraken could be a very tasty prize if Kinetik can get some kind of handle here. But Cole is going to get pulled in. We had the Oblivion there as well. The Drifting Dark is good. And Old School just laying into people with that Malice and Verdict. We got the Kraken fighting here as well. But Cole is still losing out. The health war wrecked is, well, actually pretty wrecked. And Cole is out. 700 damage with that one-shot, one-kill, and Old School is untouched. He is now looking for 2. They get it to Status Big, and there's the third with an unbeatable ace going the way of Status.
Yeah, and Old School, well, he wasn't quite untouched, but he has enough survivability and sustainability that it looked like he was by the time that fight ended. Status and Old School are going to go for Kraken when they have the ace buff minions literally on the turrets in the
Style
base.
points, man.
Yeah, definitely looking for the style points, or just, wanting to guarantee it. There is always that slight risk that you don't close the game out if you go for the push, but I feel like that was a minimal risk at best. Either way, Kraken unleashed, 1 turret down. To only have to take down a turret and a crystal with Kraken, gotta like those odds.
Okay, my eyes are playing tricks on me. I know I've been doing this way too long. No, I am not wrong. Rec just picked up a protector contract. 17 minutes in. That little bit of extra shield, you get 2 charges to it, my friend. At this point, why not?
I guess? I mean, 120 health barrier isn't exactly going to be enough to keep you alive, I don't think. But, well, here they go.
Mixie, do something, Mixie. All right, no burst, no real damage to come out there, but we have actually lost out the Kestrel. Status Big does go down. Old School, he has that strafe ready, and Cole, he gets the stun and gets the roll, but I don't think Cole's actually going to be able to get out now. The Drifting Dark is way too good. It is not overdriven, but it does not matter. Turret is down. Kraken's going to end the game, and Pawn, he might get a victory kill or 2, but he will be aced. This is game 1 to Gankstars.
Figures. As soon as Rex gets a Protector's contract is when Status Big goes down.
Right?
Didn't manage to protect him much at all. Either way, Kraken, Old School is going to just let Kraken finish this game out. That is going to be, as you said, game number 1 going to Gankstars in this the 3rd place matchup.
Kestrel nearly stole the crystal from Kraken.
Yeah.
And you can see Old School just prancing around. I don't know, Bacon, it just seemed really dominant from Gankstars, but it also looked like Kinetik was just really, really thirsty that game. I mean, they were going super aggression, and they were getting shut down, but they didn't curb it, and I think they gave away too much too early.
Yeah, and then the fact that they didn't, like you said, they didn't curb that aggression at all is really dangerous. If you are going aggressive and you lose the fights, once that happens, like 2, maybe even 3 or 4 times, like, you have to realize that it's not working.